What if I showed you from here, Bukhari, that Muhammad was bewitched and Satan put words in his mouth?
That has nothing to do with committing sins.
No.
A prophet does not commit sins.
So
That's what being masoom means.
which is worse? Committing sin or Satan putting words in your mouth? Hold on. As a prophet, which is worse? You committing sin or Satan putting words in your mouth and you go preaching out to many people? Maybe that's how the butchering happened.
No, this is something that you're referring to a very specific event. And the scholars have discussed this and have said that this is actually evidence that he was a prophet of God.
That Satan put words in his mouth.
That he corrected this. I mean, there are some scholars who dispute the veracity of that, but I'll concede that this is something that is.
This is Sahih Bukhari.
No, I'll say that I'll concede that it is something that happened. Ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahullah, peace be upon him, or God's mercy be upon him, has said that this is actually evidence that the Prophet, peace be upon him, was a prophet because he was corrected.
Right.
The revelation corrects this. And that shows that he wasn't just making things up. He could have said. He
was making things up.
So you're saying the Prophet?
No, his wife says. Aisha says. Is she a liar?
You're talking about the satanic verses.
No, not Salman Rushdie.
I know. His book is in reference to this incident.
Yes. Is the wife of the Prophet a liar? Or Bukhari? Armin, stop. Stop.
I already said that it happened. Like, I can concede that this actually took place.
So. And Aisha said سحر النبي, the Prophet was bewitched حتى كان
You're talking about something else.
شيء.
So they're different incidents, right? Are you talking about the end of his life?
No. During his life, marriage with Aisha. She says the Prophet was delusional. Here, read it. Your book.
No. You're talking about the end of his life when he became ill because he was poisoned. And some also have said that...
No, this is during his life.
So being masoom doesn't mean that you can't be affected by evil.
You
can have someone who attacks the Prophet, peace be upon him, in battle, and he's wounded. Magic in Islamic theology, magic is something that is a real thing that can affect individuals. So let me answer your point. You're making all these accusations.
You're not answering me. You're not answering me.
I am answering.
You're going away. Trust me.
Is it possible for the Prophet, peace be upon him, to be affected by magic? You said that. I said yes. Does that violate?
How is he infallible?
That has nothing to do with it.
It has everything to do with it. No. Ma'soom, the word ma'soom is taken from asma, which means al-insan ya'samu nafsah. The human being can form a shield between himself and error. Infallible means if he sees urine, he can't drink it because he's infallible. It's impossible that he drinks it. It's impossible that he eats pork. Not that he has the option of doing it. Complete protection from God. How can the Prophet protect himself from pork and wine and cannot protect himself from Satan who comes onto him and puts words in his mouth, and then he goes and he preaches it to
But he
people.
corrected that. So
how did it happen in the first place?
If you want to say that in principle, I mean, this is a theological discussion. We've moved far beyond the question of modernity. If it's the case that if you believe that the Prophet, peace be upon him, could be influenced in this way, and the religious teachings could be influenced this way, then why do you believe in the Quran?
No.
Because any of that could have been also affected.
Don't pose the question as if you believe. This is what you believe.